Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's iOS update. This time out, I've got an analog synthesizer app, I've got an addition for your musician's toolbox, and I've got a convenient charger option for you as a tech tip. Let's get started. When I was just starting out as a musician, one of the first keyboards I had a chance to work with was the Korg iPolysix, an analog synthesizer that gave you a wide range of different sounds. Now Korg has come out with a virtual version of that runs as an app on your iPad or iOS device. The original Polysix was a very straight-ahead analog synthesizer, and of course this virtual app version has many more features. For example, there are two synthesizers in here, there's also a drum machine in here, and a pattern sequencer. You can chain patterns together to create songs. So you can actually create a much more fully realized arrangement using just the power of the app running in your iPad. We've also got built-in effects and a mixer that you can use for tweaking your sounds as you're working. Let's take a closer look. The front panel is very reminiscent of the original Polysix, and it gives you access to all the parameters you need for creating your sounds. Now we can open up a window here that takes us to the sequencer, and it's a step sequencer that can have up to 64 different steps per pattern, and again you can then chain those patterns together to create songs. As you can see up here, we actually have both our synthesizers, so we've got synth 1, we've got synth 2, and each one has its own pattern sequencer, so you can have dedicated parts for each of those synthesizers. When we switch over to the drum part, we have 6 different sounds, and there are pads down here on the lower left. And again, we've got a 64-step sequencer that we can use for creating patterns, and those can be chained together to create our songs. When we switch over to the mixer screen, we've got control over the individual parts. So we've got synth 1 here, we've got synth 2, and we've got the 6 individual drum sounds. We've also got a master fader as well. Each channel has a fader, it has a solo mute button, it has a pan control. We've got an effects send where we can send off to our effects. Those effects range from different types of delays to phase shifters, choruses, reverbs, compressors, so lots of different effects that you can add on to your sounds. Let's take a tour of some of the sounds that the iPolysix can create. Here's one called Gizmo Pad. Classic Poly. Flanger Stab. We've also got string sounds. Pads. We have a Wurlitzer piano. We've got organs, basses, so lots and lots of different sounds available there for crafting your compositions. Now once you've created a song, you can of course name it and save it in the app, but you also can upload it to the cloud, and you can use audio copy to transfer it into another app if you like. Now iPolysix is also, along with the rest of Korg's apps, now compatible with Audio Bus. So you could also load this app up into Audio Bus and create even more complex compositions using that and a multi-track recorder. If you're looking for an authentic analog sounding synthesizer, iPolysix is a great one to go with. It's simple to operate, yet it gives you the power of having 2 different synth parts along with those drums for creating music. Really a nice app, fun to play with, and good sounds. There are a lot of different metronomes available for iOS devices. One I've discovered recently that I've really been enjoying is Metronome Plus. Now what I like about Metronome Plus is that it's got this large user interface. It's very easy to reach out and grab when you're practicing with your instrument. So adjusting the tempo is as easy as just sliding your finger on the wheel, or of course you can use the plus or minus buttons to set the tempo that you want as well. Under the hood we have access to a variety of sounds as well as the ability to set up different rhythmic patterns for our practice. So if we start the metronome playing, we can choose what beat within a measure is accented. We can choose different subdivisions. We can choose different meters or time signatures. We can also choose different sounds. But again, the beauty of Metronome Plus is how easy it is to operate while you're practicing. Because everything is nice and large, it's easy to get your fingers on it while you're holding your instrument and while you're working on your music. Our tech tip today features a product that makes it easy to charge your iOS devices at home. It's a replacement outlet. You put it in place of a regular wall outlet, and it features 2 USB outputs on the top half here. The bottom half is a regular AC outlet. Just plug in a USB cable into your iOS device and it'll charge it right up. And in fact, there are 2 outputs so you can charge 2 devices at the same time. I installed one into my living room and I've been loving it. I don't have to have my charger, all I have to have is the cable, plug it in, and my iPad and my iPhone are always charged. These USB chargers are available from hardware stores, online, a variety of different sources. Now, of course, this does have to be installed in place of a regular electrical outlet, so make sure you have the electrical chops to do that, or have an electrician do it for you so that it's safely installed. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Sweetwater's iOS update. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more apps, more hardware accessories, and more tech tips for making music with your iOS devices. I'm Mitch Gallagher.